Hey gang, City Manager Jason Slowinski here. This is actually like take 4, and so I'm trying to get through it without screwing up the technology. So I want to touch base with you again today. It's been a few weeks, and just give you some updates. Also share with you some of our employee awards for the first half of the year. As related to an update on COVID, I think we're doing very well. All the updates I've gotten from Jeffco Public Health have been positive. Case trends are moving in the right direction. Hospitalizations are down. Vaccines are up, and that all creates a situation where I think we are finally getting to the other side of this pandemic and can start getting life back to normal a bit. And I don't know about you, but for me, that's super exciting to finally have some sense of normalcy in our day-to-day lives. So that's all exciting. I know many of you are returning to the office for the first time in a while this week. Some of you have been working remotely. Our doors are back open to the general public to come on into our facilities, and City Council hosts their first in-person City Council meeting tonight in the council chambers, first time since March of 2020. So weird to think about that, weird to say that, but it's good to see some normalcy return. So I'm going to get into reading out some employee awards, and then I got a few updates for you at the end of the video. I'll try to move quickly to keep this video as short as possible, and it doesn't mean I don't care about the folks here that are listed. Just want to make sure we can get through it in a timely way. So let me start with the 5 years of service awards for those employees who have been celebrating 5 years of service from sometime between January and June of this year. So first we have Joe O'Fallon in the Finance Department, John Klum in the Technology Department, Megan Pinson, Community Marketing, Jared Dimmick, Head Lifeguard in Parks and Recreation. We have Justin Wagner, golf starter out at Fossil Trace, Aaron Roy in Parks and Recreation, Cornelia Davis in Parks and Recreation. Both of those employees work in childcare. Sergeant Ben Salentine of the Golden Police Department, Nico Finelli Poole, Golden Police Officer, David Erickson in Parks and Recreation, Anna Hewlett, early childhood teacher, also in our Parks and Recreation Department, Lane Posky, lifeguard in Parks and Recreation, and then Riley Wenner, head lifeguard in Parks and Recreation. A lot of Parks and Recreation 5-year service awards. So congratulations to all of these employees who are celebrating 5 years of service with the city. Very thankful for your efforts during the last 5 years, and look forward to long tenures with the City of Golden. 10 years of service awards, we have 6 employees who are celebrating 10 years of service. First, in our Parks and Recreation Department, we have Will Iannapolo, our Forestry Supervisor, Keith Mells, Meter Tech in the Public Works Department, Bo Bressler in Parks and Recreation, Alex Frisbee in golf out at Fossil Trace, Matt Hartung also out at Fossil Trace, and Clarissa Cottrell, website coordinator for the city in communications division. So for those employees, those 6, congratulations on 10 years of service. That's really fantastic, and we're glad you've been with the city for that amount of time and all of your contributions. 15 years of service, we have 4 employees, Lenora Wickman, water fitness instructor in Parks and Recreation, Mark Williams, our utility supervisor in Public Works, Billy McLean, a player assistant out at Fossil Trace, and Adam Finch, our assistant golf pro, also at Fossil Trace Golf Course. For you 4 employees, 15 years of service. You all started in 2006, and congratulations on 15 years with the city. We appreciate the effort and time that you've put in here. We're getting into some real years. We have 5 more employees to recognize, all serving different lengths of time with the city, but significant amount of time with the city. First is Amanda Cordova in the Golden Police Department. Amanda works on our crime scenes and collecting evidence and so forth. She's celebrating 20 years of service with the city. Amanda, congratulations to you. Just saw you the other day for the first time in a while, and it was good to see you. And thanks for what you do for the city. Appreciate 20 years. Teresa Riley, our Human Resources Director, is celebrating 25 years of service with the city. Teresa is also, as many of you know, retiring at the end of this year. And so I want to not only extend my congratulations to her for 25 years of service, but also on her retirement from the city, and to say that, Teresa, we're going to miss you at the end of this month when you venture off to new travels and endeavors and adventures. We will miss seeing you around, and I know you've done a lot for the city of Golden over those 25 years. So thank you very much. And we appreciate the time you've given to the city. We do have a new Human Resources Director who I will introduce probably next month to everybody. That person will start in July. But in the meantime, get over to see Teresa one last time. She's got a couple of weeks left. She's a short timer, but bring her all of your problems in the next few weeks here. Les Major is celebrating 30 years of service with the city. Les, as you know, is our utility superintendent in the Public Works Department. Les started on April 22nd of 1991. 30 years of service. Congratulations to you, Les. Appreciate the work that you've done for the city during that tenure. 35 years of service, we have one employee celebrating, and that is Mo Wallen in our finance department. Mo, everybody knows Mo. She does a great job making sure that our payroll is in order, and we get it on time, and works out all those details. And I know we throw lots of things at Mo from time to time, lots of different changes and goofy things, and Mo always has a way of figuring it out. So Mo, thanks to you for your 35 years. Since January 1 of 1986, you've served the city well. I appreciate all that you do for us, and I enjoy working with you. 40 years of service, we have one employee. This is the last length of service award I want to recognize, and for 40 years of service, we have CJ Cloberdance of the Golden Police Department. CJ started on June the 22nd of 1981, and 40 years of service is just a tremendous amount of time to spend in one organization. But to you, CJ, congratulations on that achievement. That's quite remarkable, and you have made our community no doubt safer as a result of all of your dedication and hard work. So I really appreciate it. Congratulations to all of our employees who are celebrating service awards. We do appreciate what you give to the city in time. It is, I know, valuable for you, but it is for us as well, and we appreciate it. I have a few employees to recognize for COG awards, one employee to recognize for a Midas award. I'll just read the names. I don't have all the details here today, but I'll make sure I share them next time we're together in person. And in the interest of time, I'll just read the names. COG Award recipients this half of the year are Keith Mells, Joe Harvey, Joe Page, Elizabeth Gallagher, and Diane Tiberi. Those employees have received a COG Award. Human Resources folks will be in touch with you and make sure you get that award and reward. And one person is receiving the Midas Award, and that's Chase Whitaker. Congratulations, Chase, and you also will be getting reward from Human Resources. They'll be in touch with you. So to these 6 employees, thank you for going above and beyond and representing the city very well and what you do every day. So appreciate it. Okay. Lastly, I wanted to give you a couple of updates before I close here. This last year has just been beyond anything that I can ever recall in working in local government for 2 decades. It has been quite a journey. We didn't always have good information. We didn't always have good direction. We didn't know where things were going. There was so much that was unanticipated. There was so much that was changing constantly. And I know it was, in many ways, for our employees, raised the anxiety level, quite frankly, in just managing your day-to-day lives, both personal and here at work. It was the same for me. I felt the same way. A lot of anxiety over how we're going to get through the pandemic. What does this mean? Where's it going? Is it going to get worse? All those things. So it has been an incredibly stressful year this last year. And but I will tell you one thing. I could not be more proud of the employees of this city and this organization and the work that you have done to keep our city operating as smoothly as possible during this last year. 2020, no doubt, was challenging for everybody in all sorts of different ways. I can't even begin to imagine for those of you who might have had someone in your family suffer from COVID or have gotten COVID yourself and had to deal with it, or lost somebody to COVID close to you. I know in our organization, we've had those situations, and it hasn't been easy. And I can tell you, I just appreciate all that you have done for our city during this last year. It has been a challenging time, and the employees have stepped up. I couldn't be more proud, as I said, and I don't think there's an organization that I'd rather be part of than this one, and working with all of you. It's just been incredible. It's been incredible. My focus during this last year has been on 3 things. One, getting the community, our residents, our businesses, the things they need, the information they needed to help survive the pandemic. 2, make sure our organization was in financially a good spot so that we could continue to provide the services that we need to. And then lastly, but certainly not least, my focus was also during this last year on our employees and making sure that you not only had information, but that you were provided the opportunity to deal with what you needed to at home. We extended time for our part-time employees. We allowed our employees to get paid, even though they might not have worked during those times, or take another role in the organization, work in a different department. But I was focused on not making sure that our employees had jobs, had time to deal with their family situations away from work, and that was where my effort was, because I think it's important for you to know the organization cares about you, and I care about you. And I know a lot of cities went the route of fearing the worst, laying employees off, and I really wanted to avoid that at all costs. And I think I'm glad we were able to do that. But what that meant in many ways was that we weren't able to do some of the things that we normally would do as part of our typical year. And one of those is to extend salary increases to our employees. We were not able to do that during 2020 because we were focused on making sure everybody had a job and that we could get through the pandemic in a way that would ensure our continuing delivering good services to our community. So I had also promised, though, that I would revisit it midway through this year and see where we were at, and if there was anything that we could do to help our employees out on that front. So we're not quite halfway through the year. We haven't made it to that July 1st point, but I've been watching the financial reports from our finance director very carefully. We have done well this year. We have our sales tax revenues have looked good and look promising. I have noticed, as I'm sure many of you have, Golden is busy. The summer season has brought people in. It seems to me our businesses have been kind of stabilized, and we haven't seen too many business closures, which is good. So all in all, the economic picture and financial picture for Golden is looking pretty good. And so I'm comfortable in extending a reward to our employees for all of their hard work this last year, financial reward to our employees for the work that they've done this last year. And so what we've decided to do in recognition of that is to this Friday, our full-time employees and level 2 part-time employees that have worked during the year of 2020 are going to see some extra money in their paycheck. For full-time employees that work the entire year of 2020, you're going to get a $2,000 bonus in your paycheck this Friday. And the city's going to pay the taxes on it, so you're going to see an extra $2,000. It's not going to be something less than that. After taxes, we're going to cover the taxes. So you'll get that bonus. If you worked if you're a full-time employee and you work for part of the year, then that amount will be prorated for the time that you did work for the city in 2020. Same with level 2 staff, our level 2 part-time staff. They'll receive a bonus as well in their paycheck this Friday. They're going to see a $1,000 bonus. Again, the city's going to pick up the taxes on it, so you'll see an extra $1,000. And for those level 2 part-time employees that might have worked just part of the year of 2020, again, that number will be that amount will be prorated to the portion that you worked of that year. I know this is it's in recognition of your hard work during 2020, and we're still monitoring closely our finances. We're still watching the big picture, trying to understand. Make sure we're in a good spot, and I hope that this conveys my appreciation to you of all the hard work that you have done during this last year in getting us through this pandemic. We're going to continue to monitor the financial situation, and as we get towards further along in the year, we may be looking at setting additional parameters around salary increases for next year and how we can accomplish that as we get towards the end of the year and into early next year. But right now things are looking good, and so the city wants to share in that success. I want to recognize you for what you've done in 2020 and extend these bonuses to you. So when you get your paycheck, you'll see that extra money in your paycheck this Friday. Lastly, we are, as a sign of getting somewhat back to normal, we are going to have our first get-together type event with our employees. The recognition committee has set up a coffee cart complete with coffee and donuts. That'll be on June 16th, and that is let me just check the date. That is a Wednesday, next Wednesday, June 16th, 7:30 in the morning to 9:30 in the morning. It'll be over at City Hall on the back patio of City Hall there. Feel free to stop by and get yourself some coffee and donuts and have breakfast on us, and hopefully get a chance to say hi to some of the folks around the city you haven't seen in a while. And I'll be sure to be over there as well, so I hope to see many of you. And I think that's all I got for you today. So until next time, we will hopefully be in person soon for an employee gathering, employee lunch, and I'll see you over at the Coffee and Donuts next Wednesday. And until then, take care, and thanks again so much for all that you've done for the city. Appreciate it. Take care.